Sierra. She's 5 years old and she will read to us again. Go ahead, Sierra, and flip over to the next page. This one right here. Okay, I need you to read this one actually right here. Go ahead.
A cat sat on a little rug. The cat got mud on that rug. Mom got mad at the cat.
Great job.
Definition of dyslexia. Dyslexia is a common learning difficulty that can cause problems with reading, writing, and spelling. It is a specific learning difficulty, which means it can cause problems with certain abilities that used for learning, such as reading and writing. Unlike a learning disability, intelligence is an effort.
Here is some fact about dyslexia. Dyslexia is the most common learning disability. Individuals with this medical condition have difficulty in the areas of language processing. 1 in 5 people suffer from dyslexia. About 70 to 85% of children who are placed in special education for learning disabilities are dyslexic. People with dyslexia are usually more creative and have a higher level of intelligence. Those with dyslexia use only the right side of the brain to process language, while non-dyslexic use 3 areas on the left side of the brain to process language. Children have a 50% chance of having dyslexia if one parent has it, and a 100% chance if both parents have it.
Dyslexia can be diagnosed by MRI brain scans. So, the treatment to help people cope with dyslexia in daily life is psychological testing. This treatment usually involves tapping into the child's sense, including touch, vision, and hearing. For the second treatment is guidance and support. Counseling can minimize any negative impact on self-esteem. Other treatment is ongoing evaluation. Adults with dyslexia may benefit to continue developing their coping strategies and identify where areas more support is needed.
Magnetic resonance imaging (MRI) is a type of scan that uses a strong magnetic fields and also radio wave to produce a detailed image of what inside of the body. And the question is, can it diagnose dyslexia or not? Yes, it might be. By using a technique called diffusion weight imaging, following with cognitive assessment like pre-reading tests, researcher has found that people with smaller and less organized acute fasciculus is more likely have poor reading skills, and they're also focusing more on the white matter development, as it is critical for perceiving, thinking, and also learning.
In the last decade, we've learned from the MRI that dyslexia really comes from the brain, and technology now is such a high level that we can look at really high resolution of how the brain functions and how it looks, and we have great people, engineers, who spend their life using this technology. The resolution is so high that we can look at millimeters in the brain, and we weren't able to do that before. We have the computer power to analyze thousands of images all together, to look at connections between brain areas that we weren't able to look at before. So I think it's a really exciting time. It's not just to look at the difficulties of the dyslexic brain, but we can really help kids and adults look at their strengths. We can look at the neural mechanism of how they do things differently at the individual level. As a neurologist and a cognitive scientist, I think it's just really exciting that we finally have the technology to do what we need to do to understand dyslexia better.